me you went to a public high school in America without actually telling me it was in America.
People hotboxed the bathroom constantly. My first day there, we had a bomb threat and we all had to leave. My friends accidentally set a starburst on fire and it exploded during a science lab, and then we all had to evacuate. Drugs are just kind of prominent everywhere. Our choir department is now no longer allowed in Canada. I got hit in the head with a frozen milk carton and just kind of walked it off and went to class. Later found out my head was bleeding. Kids would wear costumes to school constantly, and we also had the furry kids. One teacher may have been the actual father of a student who at the time everyone thought was another teacher's kid. I don't know if that's true or not. One of my teachers appears on Dateline NBC because he had to prove that he didn't kill this woman he met over Christian Mingle. I almost got taken down a flight of stairs when two guys were fighting and I almost just got swept up. Kid threatened to shoot up the school twice my senior year, was out on $1 million bail, was 21, would constantly try to hit on 15-year-olds, and then was found over the summer with them.
I was bullied every day for my sexuality, even though I wasn't out yet. The kids really loved to let me know that I was different than them, especially the ones that came out later. And now they're all back at home, very unhappy.
Suck it! Yeah, suck it!
Okay, I honestly don't even know where to start because I have a lot of stories. In 7th grade, someone I was friends with told the counselors that I was suicidal, and the counselors, while investigating me, they took me into their office and they kept me there the entire day, and I was not allowed to go eat lunch or get breakfast, and I was stuck in there the entire day until my parents got home, which was unfair because my dad lives 3 hours away and my mom had work, so they couldn't get me till the end of the day. Another thing is, freshman year when I reported sexual assault, they firstly didn't do anything about it until 5 other people came forward and had to write huge essays, and secondly, every time I went to report it, they dress coded me. Every single time.
Once you get past sophomore year, any class that wasn't an AP was pretty much considered a lost cause. Even though our school's band was actually well known within the district, our football team had more funding, even though it was fucking Division 3. It was cheaper to sneak out into the gas station during lunchtime and get a thing of ramen than it was to actually go to the cafeteria and buy lunch there. People criticized one of the AP government teachers for being too political and emotional, when our AP US history teacher was very much lauded, even though he was hyper-libertarian and extremely vocal on his politics.
One time I walked into the school therapist's office, sobbing hysterically and just being I really want to die. I'm really, really fucking depressed. And she told me to come back the next day because she was busy. There was this one girl who had a corn snake, and she used to use the corn snake to scare substitute teachers whenever they were being shitty. One year, the entire Model United Nations class basically got put on probation because their parties went too hard and too many kids ended up in the hospital. When I moved from Japan, there were at least 30 kids who asked me how I knew English.
My sophomore history teacher straight up told us she didn't believe in evolution because I didn't come from a monkey. The art club's budget for the entire year was $100. I once saw a teacher trying to hold back a student during a fist fight while also trying to eat a sandwich. History fair. Common Core. My 11th grade teacher had a bathroom pass that was a Uncle Sam bobblehead. The previously mentioned 10th grade history teacher pronounced Giuseppe Giuseppe. She also argued with my friend who is half Chilean about the proper pronunciation of the country Chile. I got engaged in a Chick-fil-A parking lot. I bought a prom dress for $20 at Charlotte Russe because otherwise I wouldn't be able to afford the ticket. According to my high school's dress code, armpits and toes were banned. In Florida. This might be a Leon-specific thing, but we made Breast Cancer Awareness Month a huge deal.
I can literally only name 15 states. I cannot believe that there's 50. What are they?
Well, for one, I had drug dogs come and sniff our lockers in 6th grade. We practiced just in case there was a school shooting and we died. That's what we did in our free time sometimes. The teachers one time had to do this meeting thing where someone came in with a fake gun, and so they would hear what a gun sounded like and see how they would really respond to the situation, and they weren't told. We weren't there, but the teachers were. They're hey, you need to go to your classroom. Then they were locked down, and they were what? And then gunshots went off, and they were yeah. And they were only told after that it was fake. Also, there's literally a church across from my high school. Like, you can see it from walking through classes. It's very Southern America. America, motherfuckers. That's what it is.
When I was in the 4th grade, one of my classmates taught me about what gay sex was by sticking 2 pencils together. That was it.
In 2018, we had to go on lockdown because DaBaby shot somebody in the Walmart across from our school. Like, actually.
Okay, so I went to a school in a predominantly white and predominantly rich area, so you can kind of imagine how, like, the popular girls are. Like, they think they're the mean girls in real life. But I went to a high school where there was a middle school right across the street. So one day everyone gets told that we can go home because there's a threat of a school shooting at the middle school, which is right across the street, like literally a parking lot across. So obviously we would probably have to evacuate too. And like a couple of weeks later, the story comes out that a couple of the popular girls at the middle school made this girl that, you know, was like considered weird, I guess, go into the bathroom and write that she was going to shoot up the school on like a sticky note and leave it in the bathroom. And then one of the popular girls would like find it and report it so that they could evacuate school because they wanted to leave early to go shopping at the mall.
I can definitely tell you. Walk in the locker room, what do I smell? Black and mild. Walk in the bathroom, what do I see? That goopy paper towel stuck on the ceiling. Pubic hairs in the sink. The word penis drawn all over the walls numerous times. Walk into school, 8 o'clock in the morning. What is it that I hear? Nice bitch, period. Girl, you always being stingy. Let me get some hot chill. Bitch, did you see that new episode of Power last night? Oh my God. Once again, keep in mind, 8 o'clock in the fucking morning, going to the cafeteria to eat lunch. What is it that we're eating? Some fake ass barbecue chicken, fries, and to top it all off, True Moo milk. In the classroom, did we do the homework? Fuck no. Absolutely not. However, did we know somebody that did it? Absolutely. And for PE, what is the only thing that we're looking forward to? Hooping. Playing basketball. And there you have it.
So I was in chemistry class one day, right, when an announcement came over the PA system saying that we were to go into lockdown. It wasn't a drill. So, of course, our logical thought was that there was a shooter on campus, you know, as you do. But we weren't about to be sitting ducks. No, we had a plan. The teacher put all of the girls into a storage closet that held, like, all the science experiment equipment and stuff. And the boys, well, we were strapped. There were 2 exits to this classroom, and all of the boys were surrounding it with scissors, staplers. The teacher had, like, his scalpel set out, and I'm pretty sure even one dude, like, ripped our leg off a chair or something. Was about to beat the shit out of someone with it. We were about to make this shooter we were about to send him to Jesus same-day shipping. But that wasn't all of the plan, no. You see, we had one guy volunteer to stand in the middle of the room and jump up whenever the door opened to distract him. Let's not talk about how bad of a plan that actually was. Anyway, cool plan and all, but it turned out it wasn't a shooter, just some guy in shop class chugged an entire bottle of Jack Daniels and was going into liver failure, so, you know.
Okay, this is dark but true. While I was in high school, one of my teachers shot and killed another teacher at school during school hours with kids in the next room.
I get a text from my son, "Mom, we're in lock-in." My heart starts racing. I get a police blotter notification saying there was suspicious activity near my son's school. Go on Facebook. Shots are fired. And I sit and I look at my phone and I call my husband and I text my son, "Hey, brave boy. Please be safe. Please be careful. Don't do anything stupid. Listen to the teachers. I love you. I love you. I love you." And then I wait and wait for him to message me back that everything's okay.
Wow, I love this game. Let's see. My first gun-related school lockdown was in 3rd grade. If your school lunch balance was over 25 cents into the negative, you weren't allowed to get lunch or breakfast that day. Sorry, kid, you don't get to eat. But when we did get to eat, we got hoagies with a single slice of turkey and a single slice of lettuce with a mayo packet on the side. In 6th grade, my science teacher always dressed up in really nice dresses and heels and would give extra credit for compliments. But sometimes she would just come in with a hangover and pop in a movie and take a nap at her desk. In 7th grade, a bunch of kids on my bus thought it would be a funny idea to throw gang signs out the window at this group of guys. They ended up being Crips and they tagged our bus. In 8th grade, one of my classmates threw hands with a substitute teacher. In my 3 years of middle school, we had 4 bomb threats. The first one was like in 6th grade, and I remember all of homeroom being gathered around one of the computer monitors watching our school on the news. Oh, and toilet paper in the bathrooms, soap in the soap dispensers, working sinks. We don't know her.